Hello everyone, welcome to Truly Cinematic Talk, and today we're going to be talking about Fantastic Four, all spoiler, so cinematic family, let's get right into it. Okay, cinematic family, I will give you a recap of my actual review. So out of 5 stars, I gave it a 4.5 because honestly, I really liked it. I would say more loved it. It's not perfect in my opinion, but it's pretty up there. So yes, let's go into gritty details as to what the movie was all about. This movie has a pretty good tone, a strong family tone, and it feels more mature and it feels much more grounded. To me, it felt dark at times despite being a family centric film, for the fact that a big old gigantic guy, Galactus, wants to take away the baby from Sue and Reed and the whole family, all to take away his hunger and his curse. From the very beginning, it tells you that they have been into their career for 4 years and they are in Earth 828, which again is not in 616. The comedy for me did not feel forced at all, except for one scene in particular, and that is the scene by the end where the whole family except Sue are trying to put the baby in the back seat. But for me, it could have been a bit shorter. But other than that, it wasn't forced at all. Every line to make you laugh actually landed, and the whole theater was laughing, so that's how you know it lands. And then one thing that I really liked about the movie, like how I mentioned in my spoilers for review, is that you can watch this movie without having to watch anything regarding the MCU, no homework needed, no Disney Plus show needed, no nothing else. And that is refreshing because honestly, with the MCU lately, it's kind of been hit or miss. And fortunately, Deadpool, Thunderbolts, those are pretty good movies. We all know how we feel about Quantumania, the Marvels, and Captain America, Brave New World. That film, it was okay. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't that great, honestly. The movie before that should have been The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I believe initially that was going to be a movie, but thanks to Bob Chapek, they made it into Disney Plus show. But anyways, back to Fantastic Four. The only thing that you do need to know about this movie is who the new main villain is, which we all know now that is Doctor Doom by Robert Downey Jr. So let's see how that plays out. So now let me go into my favorite scenes for the movie. The very first scene that I truly enjoyed was the first scene in the movie where they show us Reed and Sue talking and then bam, she shows that she's pregnant and then Reed off the bat tells her, hey, I'm there with you, I will be with you throughout the whole way. And that shows how strong their bond is. I mean, of course, they're married, but still, that shows how strong they really are. And then one scene that was mind blowing to me was how Sue and Reed were having this conversation. Reed is trying to make Sue take all these tests to make sure that the baby is fine, but Sue's all like, "The baby is fine. Look at him." And she makes her belly invincible, and you can see the baby right away. I've never seen anything like that before, and it was pretty intriguing to see that in the big screen. That was something that was that really left a mark in my mind. Another scene that was memorable was when they go find the Silver Surfer and Galactus. He wants to have Reed's and Sue's son to replace him and take away his curse from being hungry all the time, apparently. So then after that, the getaway scene, perfection in my opinion. That was pretty intense, which shows them all working together as a team. They know what to do, they know how to interact properly, they know each other's strengths, and they just get straight into it. And of course, as they're trying to get away, we have the actual pregnancy scene. That itself was pretty astonishing. Reed really loves Sue, and you can tell right away, like I said from the get-go. And then after they came back to the planet, I was shocked that Reed actually was pretty blunt and honest with everyone. He straight up told everyone that, hey, we couldn't destroy Galactus because they want our baby to be sacrificed, basically. And yeah, of course, humans being humans, they were pretty upset, saying, you're being selfish, how dare you. But the fact that Reed off the bat told them shows you how noble he is and how he cares about the city above himself. He just wants everyone to know what's going on around them and for them to be honest. And you can tell that it hurt him not knowing how to save them, not knowing how to figure this out properly. Unfortunately, of course, the city, they were pretty upset of Fantastic Four, and then they were getting a little mob in front of their house, and that's when Sue stepped out with her newborn child and said, "Hey everyone, this is my baby, Franklin." And being the diplomat that she is, she gave a speech and she embodied hope and she made everyone feel empathy. And most importantly, she enforces that we are all family and I will not let you down because I will not let my own family down. We're here together and we're going to work through all of this together. And then after that, they were on the same page. It was quite interesting to see the whole world come together to work around everything that's going to happen. They wanted to come together and give a solution, work for a solution, and be the solution. Fortunately, Reed came up with a plan to get rid of Galactus, and that was to transport themselves or teleport themselves out of his radar and just be free. This way, Galactus will not find them for quite a while. While Reed was trying to accomplish this, was trying to figure out what to do properly, Johnny took initiative and learned the language of the Silver Surfer. So, out of the theater, my friends and I spoke about what we liked about the movie. I told them that one of my favorite characters was Reed, but after watching the movie again, honestly, one of my top favorite characters is Johnny. Because Johnny took the initiative to again learn the Silver Surfer's language. He did this on a down low, behind Reed's back, behind Ben's back, and the only one that knew about it was his sister. And he was so proud to be able to do this on his own that he didn't even ask her for help. It was just all him. And thanks to him, he was able to speak directly with Silver Surfer. I believe her name is Shalaba. I think I said that correctly, but I don't know. So, on top of all of that, Johnny was willing to sacrifice himself. Not once, but twice. The first time that he was willing to sacrifice himself, he was telling the Silver Surfer, take me and no one else. But then she said, nope, that cannot be done. And then again, by the end of the movie, he saw an opportunity to push Galactus through the portal, and he said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And as soon as he was going to go towards Galactus and push him into the portal and push him along with him, that's when the Silver Surfer went into it and saved him and sacrificed herself. Why? Because Johnny learned her language. He took the initiative to speak to her and tell her, hey, you were human too, and you sacrificed yourself to save your planet, and we're here trying to do the right thing to save our planet. And fortunately, this helped the Silver Surfer understand that she is still human. So, it's easy to ignore all the bad things that you've done in life. It's easy to push that in the back burner and just forget about it all and just go through the motion. But thanks to Johnny, he put her into better perspective. Like, hey, I'm doing what you did for your planet, for my planet. And thanks to all of this, Johnny is now for sure one of my top characters for the movie. And then, of course, this leads me to one of my favorite top scenes of the movie. You do never mess around with the mother, especially when the baby child is there in front of them. Because holy crap, the fact that she was able to push Galactus through the portal, and while doing so, she basically killed herself. Reed knew, like, hey, baby, you gotta stop. Because if you don't stop, you're going to die. But she said, I don't care. I'm going to save my child. I'm going to save all of us. I'm going to save the world today. And again, that is because she saw her baby in danger and she just gave it all. And honestly, after she passed away, the theater was silent. No one was eating popcorn. No one was drinking out of anything. It was dead silent. I, for a bit, kind of got emotional because I thought, damn, they're really going to kill her off right away? Like, this woman is strong as hell, and she was able to push away Galactus, which is, billion years old, and the fact that she was able to push him just like that, like nothing, yeah, she is powerful as hell. The theater was silent. It shows you how connected they were with the family, with Sue specifically. And I thought, man, she really did die. They freaking killed her off. And then, of course, the freaking baby. The baby brought her back to life. And I believe someone that I know said this, I forgot which friend, but if you look closely, her eyes look like the powers from Star-Lord. So I'm not sure if there's a correlation there, but the point is, Franklin brought her mom back to life. And now you know how powerful he truly is. And then that leads me to the one thing that I did not really like about this movie. After she passes away, and then they're all standing around her crying, and then you see the baby there. The baby looked a bit fake, and that kind of took me out of the moment the first time. After seeing that again, I knew what to expect, it was fine. But the first time that I saw it, the baby CGI, it gave me Twilight vibes, and it kind of took me out of the scene. Aside from that, and the whole extended scene where they were trying to put the baby in the backseat, those are the only two things that I really didn't care much about the movie. But overall, it's a pretty good film. And again, I highly recommend watching this movie in theater. If you can, watch it in IMAX because it shows much more of the actual vision, but you will enjoy it in any format that you watch it. Now, let's get into my extra thoughts for the movie. So, walking into this movie, I thought that I had figured it out. We all saw Thunderbolts, and in the end of Thunderbolts, spoilers by the way, in the end of Thunderbolts, we see the spaceship for Fantastic Four coming into 616. I thought that by the end of Fantastic Four First Steps, that their planet was going to be destroyed and then they would be pulled over to 616. But that never happened. So now I'm thinking, is that going to happen during Doomsday, or what's the correlation there? But I guess we have to wait to figure that out. And then, I'm sorry if this comes off as kind of rude, but whatever. I thought the baby was going to die. I told all of my friends from the get-go, like, hey, this baby has to freaking die because Reed has to get mad and find a way to truly destroy Doom. But nope, the baby never died. The baby, in fact, did the opposite of dying. He gave life back to his mom. And after seeing the movie again, I told myself, yeah, actually, this is much better than what I thought was going to happen. So yeah. This leads me into the post-credit scene, where 4 years after the final mission where Galactus was destroyed and Sue died and all that, 4 years after that, Sue is reading a book to Franklin. He's a bit older, he's already 4 years old, and then out of nowhere, Sue walks away, turns around, and then sees who? Doom, right in front of Franklin. I read that that was actually Robert Downey Jr. because he was able to film that during Doomsday, but of course if they show his face, gotta get that cash for him, so they chose not to show his face. So this leads you into thinking, man, what the hell is going to happen with Franklin? I'm very curious now, and next year for December, the movie has to come out ASAP. I cannot wait for the trailer, by the way. I can do a trailer reaction, that would be pretty interesting, but we'll see about that. So with all of that being said, I hope this movie does good in the box office because it deserves it. It's a good movie. It's family centric. It's the new phase. I believe it's in phase 6 now. So I hope it does good in the box office. So far, it has a budget. I think, well, it's not clear how the budget is, but it says 200 plus. So let's just say 220, 200, 250. But right now, in the second week, it had a 66 or 67% drop, which is unfortunate. It's pretty high, but I hope that it does good in the box office, or at least breaks even. So far right now, it only has about $378 million in the box office, and to break even, I believe it needs at least $600 million to break even. I really do hope it does well. And I want to show you my second popcorn bucket that I have. I already showed you Galactus. Let me show you this one. Look at this. Yeah. I bought this on the first night. I told myself I either want this one or the one that has like the layered powers for them. But in the end, this looks much better. I had to move something in the back to take it out. I replaced it with my Terrifier, or Art the Clown if you will. And then also with Crypto the dog, which, by the way, that's going to be my follow-up review, Superman 2025 by James Gunn. And I'm pretty excited about that because I said this originally in my first review for Fantastic Four, but that is the movie that got me into wanting to do all of this. That movie gives you hope, and I cannot wait to talk to you about it in greater detail. But yeah, thank you for your time, my cinematic family. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I will be posting more videos down the line. I want to be consistent and at least submit a video or upload a video each Thursday, but I might do more. Please let me know your thoughts on Fantastic Four. This can be all spoilers. Tell me all. I want to hear all about your experience, your thoughts, your opinions. Just share it with me. But yeah, my enigmatic family, thank you for your time. See you next time, everyone. Take care.